Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid is the Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to become a millionaire in 10 years on minimum wage. And in this video I'm going to explain to you why it is that pensions are for average people only. So by way of an example, let's look at some figures. Let's say you went to your pensions advisor and he explained that his fees were £500 to £1,000 to set up his pension. Mine charged me £900. And you said to him, okay, that's fine. What I'm looking for is £1,000 a month in retirement. That is £12,000 a year. Now, in order to calculate how much you would need in your pension fund, they use something called the 4% rule. The 4% is a safe withdrawal rate, and it allows them to calculate how much you can take from a pot of money to last you 30 years in retirement, given that you're drawing 4% a year. So if you're drawing 4% a year and you've got £12,000 you want to take out, that means the pot you would require is £300,000. And the pension advisor will explain to you that if you can afford £200 a month, it was going to take you somewhere between 27 and 28 years to accumulate that amount of money in your pension pot. Now, even if you thought that was achievable, £200 a month, and you were happy to wait 27, 28 years to get your £300,000, there's a little caveat here. The average pension pot in the UK is £107,000. Now, that would suggest to you that you're unlikely to make your £300,000. Why is that the case? Well, because a lot of people see that £200 a month not as an investment in themselves, but as a bill. And there's lots of time between that note and the 27, 28 years where you're going to need perhaps to take some of that money out because an emergency comes along. We don't know what life is like. Life is unpredictable. So there's lots of opportunities to screw up and not continue adding the 200 plus taking some of that money out the pension fund. That's why most people don't get anywhere near £300,000 in their pension pot. So let's compare it to what I did in property, somebody abnormal if you wish. Remember I said that it takes you 27, 28 years to amass £300,000, which will kick out £1,000 a month. I did that in property in 3 years and I only used £40,000. So that's £40,000 in 3 years to achieve exactly the same as a pension would in 27 years. Now, if you want to know how I bought those properties, you go to the channel and click on videos. It will list all the videos in order that they were made, and you'll find in there first, second and third property videos just to find out how I did it. I didn't put any money into the second one, so you might want to look at that one especially. But when I think about it, the £40,000 I said I took me to buy those 3 properties, it wasn't all my money, because when I bought the third property, some of the money I put into there was rents from the first and second properties. And I reckon that's about £7,000 worth of rental money, which I didn't have to work for. So although I put £40,000 in, I only had to generate myself from cabbing £33,000 and not the full £40,000. But it actually got better than that, because in the 4th year, I pulled out £21,000 from the first property I bought. So the money it cost me the £20,000 to get into that, I've taken out of there and put in the bank. So it wasn't even £33,000. It actually only cost me £13,000. Now you can't get anywhere near that in a pension. That's why pensions are for average people. And property is the way that abnormal people will do, because they need to get more bang for their buck. Now again, I'm not knocking pensions. I'm not even knocking ISAs, tax-free ISAs. And that's because they work. It's a means, it's a route to wealth. It just takes so long. But if that's the sort of route you want, if you want to take it slow and easy, by all means use that. But there are alternatives. You must know that. So what do you think? Would you rather do it in 3 or 4 years or wait the 27 years? It's entirely up to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. Please leave them in the comment section below. Don't be stupid and don't be normal.